All right, y'all. So when I very first saw Brianna, she was with her friends in this movie, right? It was about Brianna and these three girls. In this movie, Brianna was a bank teller. And at first, she used to have a good paying job. And then her friend, some dude that she knew back from the hood before she became a bank teller, he came in and he was like, empty up the safe, bitch. Give me the money. And Brianna was like, no, no. And then she said his name. She's like, I don't know why you doing this shit for. I don't know why. Like, he was like, empty out the fucking safe, bitch. And then Brianna was like, no. So then next thing you know, he popped the little motherfucker on the side of her by the cash register. And then the blood bounced on her face. And then after the blood bounced on her face, her boss came after they got the money and robbed the bank. Her boss came and was like, do you know this dude? And Brianna was like, nah, I don't know him. Well, I saw him a little bit from the neighborhood or whatever. And the dude was like, so you in cahoots with the bank robber? She was like, no, I count $250,000 for you by hand per day. She was like, I would never have something to do with a bank robber, honestly. So they sent Brianna home. So then Brianna was watching the news, was seeing her other friends, and they got away with a bank robbery. So then Brianna was looking at her other friends and was like, damn, we smarter than them motherfuckers. Shouldn't we just go rob the motherfucking bank? So then Brianna was like, you know what? That's a good ass fucking deal. We gonna fucking rob the motherfucking banks. So then Brianna was real good with robbing the banks. Her and her friend, she got a friend that dated this lesbian girl. She had gold hair, but she was real skinny and she didn't talk a lot. But long story short, back to the story. So they get some guns from Dr. Dre, right? So then Dr. Dre was like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all get these on consignment. So then they get the guns and shit and they rob it and everything and shit, right? But then Brianna friend, she fall in love with this nigga with wavy fucking hair. But he worked at the bank too. So then Brianna was like, damn, but I love this nigga. But then Brianna, big homie, her friend that was in the group with them robbing the banks, she was like, oh, so you gonna sell us out for some Buffy at the bank? So then next thing you know, she was like, fuck it, we robbing his bank. Balboa loans and savings. So next thing you know, he was supposed to take out for a restaurant the date, and she stood him the fuck up. Guess where she ended up at? Brian and her friends, they robbed that motherfucking bank. His bank, right? So then once he was sitting there looking stupid on a date, well, it really wasn't a date because he was by himself looking stupid. So then he was waiting on her looking stupid. He was like, damn, we just got a call that your job got robbed. He was like, motherfucker. So then he shows up, and then they had a standoff. Long story short, everybody ended up dying. But Brianna friend, and like they watched them try to get on the bus and shit, and then one died in this car that had hydraulics to it, and it was real sad and shit. And then it was just Brianna and her last friend. They had to go through these shits, and they was changing clothes and shit, trying to lose the helicopter and whatever so they can get low. So then Brianna was like, you go this way and I go this way and you take the money. I love you, girl. Stay up. So then Brianna's best friend, she was on the bus, right? And they was watching Brianna. They had the helicopters on her and the guns drawn. Look how serious my eyes got. And then the guns was on her. And then she was sitting on the bus. Brianna's best friend, she was watching Brianna. And Brianna was like, all right, I ain't giving up, motherfucker. So she took the cop and then she held him hostage with the gun. And she was like, what's the procedure when you got a gun to your head? Answer me, motherfucker. What's the procedure? All right. So then Brianna sitting on the bus all sad, like, what the fuck finna happen? I mean, I got the money, but I don't give a fuck. That's my friend. What's finna happen next? So then Brianna's friend, she pulled the gun and then she tried to run. And then she got popped and laid the fuck down right in front of Brianna. And then Brianna was on the bus like, and then the cop dude, he was just staring like, look at that motherfucker. Then she go right there on that motherfucking bus. So then Brianna, long story short, she cried, moved to Mexico, got herself clean, cut her hair off and went bald, and threw her money in the room and shit, and was sad, missing her friends. She called her old man back and was like, I know we robbed your bank, but It's me, but I ain't gonna tell you where I'm at. But I miss you, but I still not gonna tell you where at. But I fuck with you. But if I ain't gonna tell you where I'm at, I really don't fuck with you. But hey, hello. And then hung up. Long story short, she was rich and a bunch of friends died. The end.